Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That performance from Manchester United against Chelsea, against the world champions at Old Trafford, needs to be applauded, ladies and gentlemen. It just needs to be applauded. Don't get me wrong. This doesn't mean any of the players are off the hook, or the manager's off the hook. There's still pressure on Ruben Amorim. There's still pressure on the players. As I mentioned before, the only thing Amorim needs is consistency. But he's not able to show that yet. But let's focus on the matter at hand. What a performance. Genuinely. That was the first time in a very long time I was excited on how we played. That was the first time that I've actually seen what Ruben Amorim and the players could be capable of. Granted, we played against 10 men. Granted, it was the goalkeeper who went off. Granted, Maresca took all of his attackers off. But I do personally think, and I said this before, I reckon Amorim could succeed. But again, nor the players, nor the manager are off the hook. They still have something to prove. We have Sunderland next, and then Brentford, right? And this is where the most scrutiny is going to be on. Because, for me personally, you need to win against teams like that. Those are must-win games, respectfully. But, look, I want to come back on this performance against Chelsea, right? At Old Trafford, by the way. 3 players I want to give a shout out to, right? Fernandes, Patrick Dorgu, and Bryan Mbeumo. Wow. Wow. The amount of things Bruno was able to create, right? From the 6, Rob, by the way. From the 6. And I'm still confused why the hell Ruben Amorim plays Amad at the 10. But the amount of things Bruno was able to create in that 6th position was unbelievable. Also, my congratulations, and one of the most underrated performances of the night. The scrutinised and criticised Luke Shaw. Wow. Genuinely. He was always there with a clearance. He always had his foot in big tackles. So, genuinely, I'm very, very happy with the way we won that game. Don't get me wrong, Casemiro being sent off is just an absolute joke, but not from the referee, but from the fact that after so many years of experience, Casemiro, gets a second yellow and then gets sent off. Also, people could potentially argue that after his red card, we lost control of the game, which we did in a way because we let Chelsea score. And it was more balanced with a 10v10. On the other side, though, one could argue that the yellow card was harsh, but he did actually go in from behind, grab him from behind and pull him down. So I do get why the ref gave that card. But as I say, Patrick Dorgu, Bruno Fernandes, and Bryan Mbeumo are the players who stuck out for me the most. Overall, as I say, just a class performance by everybody on that Man United team. Because it was just genuinely really good. like, we had control of the ball. We played well. You know, we pressed high, which is the risk of Amrim's system. But today it paid off. Right? You know, our defense was all over him. Even though we must admit that Maresca for some reason took his whole attack off, and then you know, put the goalkeeper on the sat and decided to park the bus, which didn't work. Right? I reckon that's one of the reasons why. See, me personally, right, I reckon an Esteval or a Palmer, right, would have absolutely cooked that defense a couple times, right? Because I'm going to bring this up again, right? And from Chelsea's perspective, what they didn't manage to do and what we managed to close down well are the balls in behind, right? You know, there were no balls in behind, which means there was no exposure at the back, because we were able to press in that high line and get the ball, which is really good. Like, there were a couple of times where a ball got in behind and a couple of times we were exposed, but they weren't able to do anything. But see, if an Esteval was on the pitch, for an example, right, he's quick and also likes a 1v1. So I reckon if an Esteval would have been on the pitch, he would have, you know, cooked us like a couple times. But Maresca, thank you, Lord Maresca. I swear to God, man of the match, Enzo Maresca for sure. Honestly, he's one of the people who won us that game. But genuinely, I was happy with the way we played. You know, of course, there's always a risk with a 3-back. We did it well again. Of course, we played against 10 men. But the you know, starting impulses that we had were good. You know, the way we tried to do, you know, to go about our game was good, right? You know, he took off Mazraoui for Cunha, which is good, which is aggressive, you know. And I like that. I like that very much so. But look, I don't just want to focus about things on the pitch. I want to focus things on things off the pitch as well. Because there was one guy all Man United fans, including myself, had an eye on. And that guy is Alejandro Garnacho. The fact he didn't come onto the pitch, right, made my day. Because he was bloody fuming. You could see it in his eyes. Of course, Amrim might have been harsh on him, and the media are making it out as if Garnacho was the victim, right? But honestly, I'm happy with the way Amrim is, you know, dealing with players like that, right? Because he's not just building a project for himself, he's getting all the bad mentality players out, which is exactly what Garnacho was. Like, of course I can understand he was pissed that, you know, he was playing any other game in the Europa League, but then in the final, in the biggest game, you know, he got dropped. Even though he was arguably one of the only players who could have made things happen that night. But at the same time, again, I'm happy also that Amrin put his foot down and said, hey, no, look, you listen to me, I am the manager. Which is honestly great, because our club was overdone by bad mentality and people with no passion and with no care for the badge. Right? So, as I say, Amram is not just building a project for himself, he's rebuilding the entire club inside out, and that's what I'm thankful for. Because that will, I mean, if we sack him, you know, that will help the next manager, just from the whole mentality. And, you know, thing is, there was also one other thing I spotted today. There was one other thing I spotted during that game, right? And that was that Manchester United, for the first time in ages, were playing with freedom. Again, we played with 10 men, I know that. Before you guys start haunting me in the comments. But the fact is, we played with a certain freedom. Like any other game, there's always weight on you. There's always scrutiny on you. But against Chelsea at home was the first time in ages that I've seen Man United play with freedom. We were creating chances. We were having fun at the game, you know. As I say, the line was pressing very high, and it paid off because nobody made run-ins in behind, which is great. Absolutely great. And I'm just so happy that we were able to play with freedom and able to create chances and able also to score a couple goals. But at the same time, we've seen what Ruben Amorim is capable of. Now all he needs is consistency. But overall, to be completely and transparently honest with you, great win. I'm really happy. This was the first Man United game I enjoyed watching in a very long time. The question is, can he keep it up? And the question is, will we be able to show consistency over the rest of the season? And also, write in the comments below, is European football realistic? Now, I'm not saying United are back, but I'm saying the start of the sentence sounds good. Question is, can we finish it? Alright. But overall, again, absolutely amazing win. I'm chuffed. I'm happy. I'm gassed even for the next games. You know, because we go into these next couple games with confidence, right? And I'm just happy in general, man. I'm just very, very happy with the way we did it, okay? Great win, absolutely amazing. Well done. Don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy me reacting to these Manchester United games. And as I say, it's Brentford next, and with that, it's Scotty out. Peace.